Cyberspace 2013 opened at the COEX Convention Center on Thursday for a two-day run. Around 1,600 people from 100 countries and international organizations will discuss cybercrime, security, and the online promotion of social and cultural exchanges among countries. The conference will also address adopting the so-called Seoul Principle, which aims to serve as a basic principle when handling cyber terrorism and crimes among countries. A foreign ministry official said if the Seoul Principle is adopted, it would serve as the basis for international cyber regulations, given there is no global regulation for cyberspace. London hosted the first conference on cyberspace in 2011, and Budapest hosted the second last year. President Park Geun-hye is calling for the introduction of international standards to maintain cybersecurity while ensuring the openness of the online world. The president made the remarks on Thursday in a congratulatory speech at the opening of the Cyberspace Conference in Seoul. She noted growing threats to cybersecurity, such as personal information leaks and the spread of spam and malicious codes. Park spoke on the importance of devising appropriate, detailed measures to encourage online business ideas and models, saying the online economy is also struggling in the wake of the prolonged global economic slump. She said countries should find solutions to boost cybersecurity through international networks. She also expressed hope the Seoul Conference will serve as an occasion for the international community to draw up concrete action plans to strengthen cybersecurity. The president introduced the South Korean government's Creative Economy Initiative as well and plans to narrow the digital gap with developing countries. She said South Korea will expand investment in developing countries' IT sectors and share Korea's experience. South Korea will offer its e-government technology to Saudi Arabia. The Ministry of Security and Public Administration says at Saudi Arabia's request, Seoul will send 2 officials there to establish a Korean-style digital administrative system. Peru, Kazakhstan, and Indonesia have also asked Seoul to help them establish e-government systems. A ministry official said economic benefits of exporting the digital public service are great, since the importers will work with South Korea for future upgrades, repairs, and maintenance. The official campaign period for the October 30th by-elections began Thursday. 2 seats are open in Parliament, one representing Hwasong A District in Gyeonggi Province, and the other representing Seoul Pohong and Ulong District in North Gyeongsang Province. The National Election Commission said candidates, their spouses, and campaign office members are allowed to campaign, including giving speeches in public using megaphones and wearing badges. Voters are allowed to support candidates publicly and campaign over the phone or the Internet. Allegations have been raised the military cyber command intervened in last year's presidential election. The main opposition party wants a thorough investigation, but the ruling camp is downplaying the claims. Our Kim In-kyung has more.
The opposition camp says 10 days before last year's presidential election, 3 agents of the Cyber Warfare Command posted a Twitter message that read party candidate Moon Jae-in is unfit to serve as commander-in-chief. The message was read by an estimated 25,000 followers. The allegation against the government agency, which is designed to counter threats of North Korean cyber attacks, surfaced during recent annual parliamentary inspections. In addition to suspicions, around 300 Twitter and blog messages were posted criticizing Moon. On Thursday, the Democratic Party demanded a thorough investigation, saying the military clearly meddled in the race. The Defense Ministry launched an investigation Tuesday and said if the online activities were politically charged, those involved will be punished for violating the military's SNS policies. But a Democratic Party lawmaker told a radio program it's improper to let the Defense Ministry handle the probe alone. Party floor leader Jeon Byung-hun says his party will find out the truth, calling this the first case in 25 years of the military intervening in politics. The ruling Saenuri Party has criticized the opposition, claiming it's neglecting security and trying to use political tactics. Supreme Council member Yoo Gi-jun said agents who engaged in online activities haven't been rewarded and intervention was not organized. Yoo also said the Democratic Party leaked classified intelligence to North Korea while raising the allegations. He said there is more to be lost from the parliamentary inspection than to be gained. Kim In-kyung, KBS World Radio News.
You're now listening to the news from KBS World Radio's NewsCenter in Seoul, Korea.
Five divisions of Dongyong Group will receive court protection to cope with the conglomerate's liquidity crisis. The bankruptcy division of the Seoul Central District Court accepted applications for court receivership by Dongyong Incorporated, Dongyong Leisure, Dongyong International, Dongyong Networks, and Dongyong Cement and Energy. The court also appointed chief restructuring officers to Dongyong Incorporated, Dongyong Leisure, Dongyong International, and Dongyong Networks. Dongyong Cement Chief Executive Kim Jong-oh will become the legal administrator at his division since the court did not appoint a chief restructuring officer. The affiliates filed for court receivership between the end of September and the beginning of October due to the group's liquidity shortage. Producer prices in South Korea fell in September for the 12th consecutive month. Bank of Korea data released Thursday shows last month's producer price index dipped 1.8% year-on-year. It's the longest consecutive fall since a 13-month streak from July of 2001. Agriculture and fisheries products prices saw the sharpest drop last month at 8%, largely on a fall in fruit and vegetable prices. Industrial product prices fell by around 3%, and prices of coal and oil products and steel sheets decreased sharply as well. The central bank said the plunge came after international oil prices dropped and demand for raw materials contracted in the wake of a sluggish economy. The Laotian government says a Lao Airlines plane crashed in the southern part of the country on Wednesday, killing all 49 on board, including 3 South Koreans. The Laos Ministry of Public Works and Transport said flight QV301 ran into bad weather upon preparing to land at Pak Se Airport and crashed into the Mekong River. The ministry said all 44 passengers and 5 flight crew members were killed. The ministry also said the plane left from the Lao capital of Vientiane at 2:45 p.m. Tuesday and crashed around 4 p.m. The South Korean embassy in Laos confirmed the deaths of the South Koreans and sent a consul to the crash site to find out more details. Representatives from South Korea, China, Japan, and Mongolia have gathered in Seoul to address concerns of ultrafine dust. Roughly 300 South Korean and foreign atmosphere experts and government officials met in Seoul on Thursday at the Northeast Asian International Seminar on Air Quality Improvement. There they discussed reducing the harm on human health by ultrafine dust. While the seminar was underway, an exhibition and market for products to improve the quality of air were also held. Prime Minister Chung Hong-won has ordered a reform of the government's project to promote Korean food around the world. The Prime Minister said in a state policy meeting Thursday that the current Korean food globalization project has had limited success overseas. He ordered the government to revamp the project and come up with a new comprehensive strategy. The government also decided at the meeting to devise a comprehensive plan for the successful hosting of the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympic Games. The plan includes the designation of Pyeongchang and its neighboring regions as a special Olympic zone. The designation will offer tax breaks and other incentives to the Gangwon Province regions, helping them to prepare for the Winter Olympic Games. The first frost buildup in some inland areas of South Korea on Thursday as the morning temperatures fell sharply. The Korea Meteorological Administration says the frost was reported in the central region and some southern regions. The season's first ice was spotted on October 5th in Daewalyeong, a mountainous region in eastern South Korea. Some of the lowest morning lows stood at minus 2.6 degrees Celsius in Daewalyeong, Gangwon Province, and minus 1.3 degrees in Bongha, North Gyeongsang Province. Morning lows in Daejeon, Seoul, and most other regions slipped to around 5 degrees. Korean shares have closed higher over easing concerns of the U.S. government default crisis. The benchmark Korea Composite Stock Price Index on Thursday rose 6 points, or 0.29%, to close at 2,040.61. Foreigners net bought nearly 253 billion won worth of Korean shares, setting a new record for the longest net buying streak of 35 sessions. Foreigners bought around 12 trillion won of shares during this period, 4 times larger than the previous record buying streak in 1998. The tech-heavy Kosdaq dropped 4.16 points, or 0.79%, to close at 521.52. And on the Seoul Foreign Exchange Market, the local currency gained 1.8 won against the U.S. dollar to close at 1,063.7 won to the greenback.